Hey guys, I'm Joardee, and with TOGC only a week away, many of you have been asking me, hey Joardee, do you have an assignment sheet? Well, yes, I do, but I'd be remiss to mention first that there are a lot of really good assignment sheets out there. I've linked Cosmos and Tricus's below. Both of those guys are amazing and put a ton of work into theirs, so check them out. However, a guildie of mine who has since quit made a sheet for Ulduar that a friend named Raged repurposed for TOGC, and I want to quickly go over it for you, as I think it does a great job of having just enough information on it to be helpful without overloading you with a bunch of stuff that you don't need to know. Alright, so here's the sheet, which is linked in the description below. We have tabs for each boss, with some of their more important abilities listed, as well as a tab for soulstone assignments for easy reference for your warlocks, and a quick assignments tab that will likely be the only one you look at once you've got this on farm and know it well. Okay, so how does this work? First, we go to the roster page. On here, we'll write in the names of each of our raiders, their classes, and specs. This will begin to autofill most of the logic on the sheet. Once that's done, you'll go to the intro page and set each of your main tanks and healers here, as well as the person you've assigned to kill frost orbs. This is where you can see your raid at a glance. Okay, now that those names are in, you're set up. For Northrend beasts, we have assignments for Hunter Mr. X, bop rotations on the snowbolts, cooldowns for your paladins to use on the Yormungers. Same thing for Lord Jaraxxus, interrupt rotations, paladin cooldowns, soulstone assignments. Now for faction champions, this sheet really gets into detail about what each person needs to pay attention to. At the top here, pick what faction you are, and then the names of the NPCs will autofill. From there, assign your raiders to dispels, interrupts, kiting, what have you, on each of the NPCs. All the logic should autofill a lot of these options to the ones you'll want to fill them with, but you can overwrite whatever you want by writing them in. For Twin Valks, we have the Orb Soaker assignments, helpful to be sure the right people take the colors that they need to get the opposite color orbs. Depending on your raid strategy for dealing with this boss, you can also change where your stack position will be at the top. Finally, for Nubrak, we have Death Grip assignments for the orbs, bop rotations for phase 2, and most importantly, penetrating cold assignments, 1 through 5, as well as raid markers depending on what your raid is using. Finally, any relevant weak ores or add-ons that we use are listed at the back here. Give these a look and consider using them. One super cool thing is the MRT Note Importer add-on. This lets you easily import MRT notes from the sheet, which you can grab by copy and pasting these green squares. If you use MRT notes, these will fill with relevant assignments on your screen for easy reference during a pull. Super handy. Okay, well that's it for this sheet. It's still being fine-tuned, so if you have any suggestions about things that you want to see, feel free to add them in the comments below and we'll get to adding them as best we can. And that's it for me. If this sheet is helpful to you, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It goes a huge way toward helping me grow the channel and I super appreciate it. I've got a full suite of TOGC boss guides, a loot prio sheet for your guild, and now this assignment sheet, so you should be close to covered for this entire raid. Lastly, we'll do a weak aura guide that I'll be doing with the Super Gamer Foji from Newman, so stay tuned for that. And a massive shout out to everyone who supported me on Patreon. Thanks a bunch, guys. You are the best. All right, thanks everyone. See you in the next one.